Hi, everybody. It's August 16th, 2023 at 5 minutes after 5. I just received some disappointing news. I had asked to appear before the judge who had conduct of the hearing of my petition to be appointed the committee or decision maker of my little brother, Paul Kierans. And he declined to see us again. I had some new information for him, and he declined to see us again before he delivers his reasons on September 6th. I had also written the public guardian and trustee of British Columbia. The public guardian and trustee is supposedly the agent who's responsible for looking after the health and wealth and well-being of people who can't look out for themselves, people who are found to be incapable. And I had asked I felt that the public, or I had reason to believe the public guardian and trustee was in a sweetheart deal with my 81-year-old nun's sister, who's very wealthy. Ironically, she's taken a vow of poverty, but she's fabulously wealthy and in Northern Ontario. So I had reason to believe that they had secret communications and they had a sweetheart deal, even though my sister had given away Paul's entire inheritance with no strings attached to L'Arche in 2014. And I had complained about that. I wrote the public guardian and trustee and I demanded to see the communications. So there was an email the day after Paul's right to visit with me was terminated on September 12th of 2022. On September 13th, 2022 at 8:15, there was an email from my sister's lawyer to the public guardian and trustee, big, long email signed Casey. So they're on first name basis. I mean, if you're a lawyer, you know what that means. I always refer to her as Ms. Watson. I never called her by her first name. Her name is Sarah Watson. Anyways, so I demand disclosure of information from the public guardian trustee, and they dragged their feet, and I didn't actually get to see the file until July 24th of 2024, and the hearing was on August 1st. So I didn't get a chance to look at the file materials. It was a banker's box full of material, and they had redacted or taken out many pages and blacked out many pages. But there was one page on September 13th of 2022 where it's this long email from my sister's lawyer to, it looks like a pretty chummy email to the public guardian trustee. And it's blacked out, so you can't read it. So what I'm speculating is that the agreement that my sister and the public guardian trustee had was that if my sister put the money that she gave L'Arche into a separate bank account for my brother by October 1st, then public guardian and trustee would back my sister as the decision maker over my brother, even though she's terminated my visits with him. She is 81 and 4,000 kilometers away, doesn't understand his speech, has never been alone with him for a minute, and has taken a vow of poverty, chastity, and obedience to her organization, the Sisters of St. Joseph's of Sault Ste. Marie. So anyway, so what I think is there was a sweetheart deal between my sister's lawyer and the public guardian and trustee that was not disclosed to me or to the court. And so what I've done today is I've asked the judge to go before him again and make an application for production of this email, this September 13th, 2022, 8:15 a.m. email from my sister's lawyer to her. I don't know what he's going to say. I'm very worried. I received a list of suggested visits with my brother, 15 different from my sister's lawyer with 15 different terms and conditions on how I can visit him. The visits have to be supervised. They can't be at my home. They can't be at L'Arche. They have to, so I have to pay somebody or find somebody to supervise us. There's no evidence whatsoever, medical, psychological, or otherwise, no valid evidence that would support my having supervised visits with him. He's never been injured in my care. I've cared for him before and after my accident. I took him to Newfoundland by myself after my accident in 2012. So I'm just feeling very concerned. It's been so hard. It's been so difficult. I'm trying to make the process more transparent for people, for family members who follow in my path. So far, I've contacted all the Down Syndrome Foundation and organizations in British Columbia, and they just don't express, they just haven't really done anything. They haven't followed up or gotten involved. There are people who have stood by me. My sister-in-law, Eleanor Cowan, flew in from Edmonton and gave evidence on our behalf and has been wonderful support. And the many people, or the people who have contributed to my GoFundMe account and other people. But, this is a systemic problem of the most vulnerable people in our society, and their right to have access to a normal family life and family members. I'm up against the province of British Columbia. Community Living British Columbia is a Crown corporation, and they are the ones that are paying L'Arche. L'Arche just built a 24-story residential tower on Sussex Avenue in Burnaby. Why they're involved in the residential tower business, I have no idea. And where they got the funds to do it, I have no idea. But it certainly is not advancing my brother's life. He's isolated and confined against all the laws of Canada. As I said, Paul Bernardo, the child sex killer, this serial rapist and child sex killer, has right to access to his family members. And my wonderful brother, Paul Kierans, doesn't have the right to visit me and to visit at my home, which I've set up for him. I've set up the air conditioner yesterday, so it's air conditioned. He said, buy me a bed. I bought him a bed. I'm very worried that the public guardian trustee, the government of British Columbia, and L'Arche will combine to make this an impossible, my restoring my visits and my right to care for my brother and make decisions for him. And I think I'm in the best position to do that, is being thwarted by the government, very powerful forces. You can contribute, please consider contributing to our GoFundMe account. If you haven't sent off that email that I put in the description for this video, please do it now and pray for us. Go to your gurdwara, your temple, your synagogue, your church, and say a little prayer for us, because this is a very difficult uphill battle, and it will set back, if this case could set back the rights of disabled people far into the future. My sister claims that she has what's called a representation agreement, that my brother signed over all his rights to her, all his decision-making rights to her, and at L'Arche's request. So L'Arche is the agency that cooked up this agreement, and they are doing this. They do not provide legal advice for the disabled people that sign these documents, which are difficult for me to understand, and it's certainly difficult for them to understand. Did Paul understand that he was signing over his right to visit with me to my 81-year-old sister in Northern Ontario, my sister who's a nun, really to her community, to that nun community? This is just, it's shaping up to be a miscarriage of justice. I'm very worried. Please, now is the time when I really need your help. to send off those emails, kick in some money to our GoFundMe account, and say a prayer for us. Those are the three things that you can do right now. Thank you so much, everybody who's been following this case. It's been, I put all my effort, everything, I pulled out the stops of everything in my life I built around trying to become the decision maker for my brother, being his committee. Even though I am legally a disabled person, I believe that I'm in the best position, that even as a disabled person, I'm in the best position to be a decision maker with regards to him. L'Arche doesn't provide him with care 24/7. Not one person there has ever provided him with a minute of care that they weren't paid to do so. So, and please comment on this video. Anything that you can do, any ideas that you have, if you have contact with the media. I've repeatedly written all the media outlets that I can think of, and no one has ever expressed an interest in restoring my brother's right to his stopping his confinement and isolation by L'Arche. And L'Arche has a bad reputation. They're acting as if their founder wasn't just found to have been a serial sex predator, which he was in January of this year. Thank you, everybody. And thank you for just letting me share my feelings and my thoughts with you here. It really has helped carry me through this difficult process. Paul, I love you. I'm pulling out the stop so that I can see you whenever we want and so that I can be your decision maker. I miss you so much. I love you. I love you. I love you. Take care, and I'll see you soon, baby.